Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cedrat, and on this channel we talk about all things fragrance. So if this is your first time finding me, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you like all things fragrance. I'm really excited about today's video because I was tagged by another fragrance YouTuber, Nate over at Paragon Fragrance, tagged me in this video today, which is just some fragrances in my collection that have a decent sized dent in them, fragrances that I use often and are missing more from the bottle than most of my fragrances in my collection. I own a lot. I have 100+ fragrances in my collection. To have any fragrances with a decent sized dent in them is significant. This is gonna be a fun video. It's gonna be laid back and casual. Let's jump right into the first scent, and it is an empty bottle. Scent I'm talking about is Mont Blanc Starwalker. Now, there's a reason why this one is empty. First of all, this is super cheap. I have no worries about spraying this thing with reckless abandon. I also wear it a lot. I wear it a lot to bed. I wear it to the gym. I wear it in situations where I might just be running out quickly, and it's a super calming, relaxing fragrance. So I find if there's sort of a high stress situation or something like that, I'm working, I got a bunch of stuff going on, sometimes I'll spray a little bit of this on the back of my hand and it chills me out. I have since replaced this empty bottle with a full bottle. But I wanted to point this one out because to finish anything when you have this many fragrances is an accomplishment. So if you guys come across Mont Blanc Starwalker, this is a no-brainer. Has a beautiful bamboo note in here. It is a little bit aquatic and woody. Absolutely love this stuff, Mont Blanc Starwalker. This next one is a fragrance I talk about a ton on the channel. It is my favorite niche fragrance, one of them, top 5 easily. Scent I'm talking about is Mancera Cedrat Boise. And this is fruity, musky, a little bit smoky, versatile as all hell, and really mass appealing. It has a lot of unique qualities to it that set it apart from designer fragrances while still being a fragrance that is easily sort of accepted by most people around you. They're gonna like it. It does have a heavy musk note. I know some people complain that this smells a little bit like BO to them. They must have really sensitive noses or don't have a lot of exposure to fragrances, because I think this is really easy to wear. I even say this is a safe blind buy for most, but again, it is a niche fragrance. So it's gonna amp up some things that you might not be used to being amped up, like the musk, like the smokiness. So it also has a touch of vanilla that I think really rounds out the scent and makes this super enjoyable. Absolutely love this fragrance, and it is super versatile. Under $100 for a niche fragrance, sign me up. Mancera Cedrat Boise. This next fragrance needs no introduction. It could be the best cheap fragrance available ever. This was my signature scent for decades. I love this stuff. Scent I'm talking about is Burberry Touch for men. And you can see a significant dent. And this is an older bottle. This is from 2014, I want to say. And this has violet leaf. It's a little bit powdery. It has this really nice fizzy pepperiness to it that reminds me a little bit of a Coca-Cola when you first spray this on. Super addictive, a little bit aquatic. There couldn't be a more ideal name for this. It is a touch of everything. So it plays off of the name, really easy to wear, put together, perfect for the office, perfect for going out in the evening, perfect signature scent. This is the definition of a signature scent and why it was my signature scent for so many years. I get decent performance from this, just like the Cedrat Boise gives me decent performance. This will always be in the collection. This will always be a part of my rotation. Love it. Burberry Touch for men. Arguably the king of fragrances, and I know a lot of people claim this has been overthrown, but it is still a staple in my collection and has a pretty big dent to go with it. Scent I'm talking about is Creed Aventus. The OG Creed Aventus, and this bottle is about half full. And man, this stuff, guys, similar to Mancera Cedrat Boise in scent structure. Doesn't smell the same. Some people claim they do. I don't get it. This has a pineapple note. It has birchwood in here that adds a little bit of a smoky element. It's fruity, it is masculine, and it is excellent. This thing has been copied to death There is a reason, because it is excellent. Guys love this one. Girls love this one. I have gotten so many compliments from Creed Aventus. Probably one of my more complimented fragrances of all time. I always get really positive feedback from this. This does not smell dated. I think any guy can wear this fragrance and they're going to love this one. And it is still a classic in my opinion. Very pricey, costs a lot of money. And yes, there are clones that smell similar to this, but still to this day, I have yet to smell a clone as good as the original. People will argue that newer batches suck. I mean, this is a newer batch. I want to say this is a 2020 batch, and I love it. And 2020 batches at the time, everyone was claiming these suck. Now everybody wants a 2020 batch, and that has been the story as the years go on with Creed Aventus. So if you're just getting into the game now, you're going to hear people complain about new batches, and then 3-4 years down the road, they want those same old batches. So, and on we go. Just buy it. Creed Aventus. I'm not sure there is a more familiar fragrance than this next one on the list. Many people smell this and say, I've smelled that before. And this is for good reason, because it's really easy to wear and a lot of guys own this one. Scent I'm talking about is Versace Pour Homme. Now that's a dent. I am on pretty much my last few sprays of Versace Pour Homme. Perfect summertime scent. Perfect high heat scent. I wear this in situations where it's super hot and I really kind of don't want to wear anything. This is the perfect fragrance. It's synthetic. It's a little bit fuzzy, but it has these really bright citruses, this kind of shower jelly feel to it, really light and refreshing. Absolutely love this. It's a little bit metallic, and that metallic note here really sets it apart from other freshies. I remember wearing this to Las Vegas. It was probably 115 degrees. Like idiots, we went there on a bachelor party in August, and I went to a pool party and I wore this, and it just held up. It did what it was supposed to do. I've already replaced the bottle with a smaller bottle. This one is going to always be a part of the collection. Versace Pour Homme. So this next one has a ton of hype behind it, and it could be one of the more, if not the most hype cheap fragrance in the history of fragrances. Because the man himself, Jeremy Fragrance, hyped this one right here on YouTube. Scent I am talking about is Nautica Voyage. Man, this stuff is so good. It's a little bit watery, aquatic. A lot of these are aquatic freshies. And that is the theme here, because they're really easy to wear, and this is no exception. This is another one that has this calming element to it. This is something I would wear to bed or out of the shower or running errands or to the gym. This is that versatile. It's not heavy. It's not going to offend anyone. It has a greenness to it, along with that aquaticness, some perfect woods, and still retaining this refreshing quality to it. Just a beautiful scent. It really evokes a boat or being on the ocean or fishing or something like that. It just, you can find this one anywhere. Any rack store is going to have it for dirt cheap. And although it is super cheap, it smells fantastic. It smells much more expensive. Don't pay a lot for this one, guys. You can find this on discounters. You can find it in the store. I'm going to link all of these fragrances down below. Also, this one, sneaky good performance. Lasts a long time on me. Nautica Voyage. I want to switch gears a little bit. Although this next one is refreshing and summery feeling, I think it has another element to it that the others don't. Maybe Cedrat Boise has a little bit of this element, but I absolutely love this one for evenings and going out. Scent I'm talking about is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. And if you're a fan of coconut, you're gonna love this. It's the really authentic pulpy coconut to me, and it has this perfect amount of sweetness to it. This is the EDT version. I like this one more. I do like the EDP. It's nice. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit richer, but this one projects better. It is more geared to what I would use it for, which is going out. It's really fun and laid back. It gets a ton of attention, a ton of compliments. The Creed Aventus and this are my most complimented on this list, by far. Every time I wear it, someone says something to me, asks me what I'm wearing. It's super addictive. If you're a younger guy and you're going to the club and that type of thing, I think this is a slept-on club scent as well. I think you could wear this to the club and you're gonna get a lot of positive attention. Again, you have to like coconut, but it has this fruitiness. It has this tonka bean, which adds this powdery sort of vanilla vibe to it, makes it more versatile for the evening. Dinners out, summer nights out. I love this for summer nights out, warm weather, night out in the city, by the water, restaurant, grabbing a drink. It's gonna work perfect for that. Performance is about average, but for the amount of time I'm wearing this and for the reasons I wear this, the performance is not a problem. Love this stuff. Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. So we have another cheapie. This is the best from the house besides the classic scent from the house, which is Fierce. Scent I'm talking about is Abercrombie & Fitch's First Instinct. The OG, the EDT, not the Extreme. The Extreme is nice. I just feel like this is the more well-balanced fragrance. It's the more well-rounded fragrance. It's a little bit spicy up top, a little bit peppery. It has really nice musk. It has a fruity, effervescent, sort of fizzy island drink style vibe to it. I love this one on vacation. Again, really easy to grab and reach and just wear anywhere. Really laid back vibe, easygoing t-shirt, white t-shirt type of fragrance. Performance is about average, not great performance, but this is, again, one that I'm not afraid to overspray with because it's not a massive projector and it's not super potent. So Abercrombie & Fitch, First Instinct. These last two fragrances could be, or are, they're not could, are my two favorite blue fragrances of all time. The first one I'm going to talk about here is, of course, Missoni Parfum Homme. And with this, you have grapefruit, you have birch, and this gets compared to something like Chanel's Bleu de Chanel from Chanel, and I think this does its own thing. I love the presentation of this fragrance. This is another one that you can get for around $40, $45, which in my opinion might be one of the best values in all of fragrance. Has a magnetic cap, right? That is super satisfying. This one can be dressed up, it can be dressed down. This could be your one-stop shop to fragrance. It smells of high quality, smells of much higher quality than the price tag might lead you to believe. And I like this more than the Bleu de Chanel. I don't know, there's just something about this one. The Bleu de Chanel has an incense note that I think detracts from its overall freshness, making it a little less versatile. I would feel comfortable wearing this to the gym. Bleu de Chanel, not so much. It's not as casual as this one is, but also this is elevated enough to be dressed up. I would just find myself wearing this more than the Bleu de Chanel. Incredible fragrance. And if you guys have not tried anything from Missoni, I know Wave is super popular. A lot of people have tried Wave. It was a really popular cheapie a year ago. So, but this one is overlooked sometimes, and it's their best, in my opinion. Great performance. Great performance. Compliment getter you cannot miss with Missoni Parfum Homme. And finally, my favorite blue fragrance of all time. This stuff was my most complimented fragrance in one night. This is just incredible stuff and worth every single penny. It is a niche fragrance and it is a little bit pricier than most of the fragrances on this list, but it is worth it. And I will replace this once it's gone, and it's getting there. Scent I'm talking about is Parfums Sedley. Now, if you could imagine what Sprite soda made into a fragrance would smell like, it's this. It has this bubbly effervescence, lemon lime. It sparkles. It jumps off of the skin. It has that underlying shower gel feel to it, but it is elevated. It smells of fantastic quality, high class. It doesn't smell cheap or synthetic. There's a lot of naturals used in here. The performance is out of this world. It lasts all day long on me. It smells on clothes for days. And for a fresh fragrance, that's almost unheard of. Man, I have nothing bad to say about this fragrance. It is one of my favorites, and this is one that I will always recommend. As long as it's this, as long as it continues to perform, it continues to set the standard for a high quality, fresh fragrance and a blue fragrance. This is my favorite blue. This is the best blue fragrance that you can buy, in my opinion. And there's a decent sized dent in it as well. Absolutely love this fragrance. Parfums Sedley. And that's all I have today, guys. That is 10 fragrances in my collection that have a really big dent in them. I use them. I love them. They get a ton of wear, and I'm spraying them all over the joint, enjoying them. So I'm going to tag a few channels in the description down below. But in the meantime, I would love for you guys to drop in the comments any bottles in your collection that have a lot of the juice missing because you're just in love with the scent and you can't get enough of it. If you guys like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.